know. But here's what I'll say. The last time he had an event rating this high, in the +1s, IEM Dallas 2023, the event that he would go on to lift the trophy at.
Oh, and hey, Snappy's not averse to a Cologne Grand Final. We saw the very core of this team there last year, but this is a long day in the office, Harry. Got to win 2 BO3s, and so Rain wants to get there quickly. Couple of taps down middle, finding a 5v3 for FaZe. It's still this B split. Karrigan's left on his own, and it's ugly. Sampayas doesn't commit to finish the kill. He finally will, but all his team fall like flies, and Rain comes jumping in to end this pistol round as well. They'll finally reset, and FaZe look to take this one pretty heavy-handedly. It's a big day, Harry. It's a big day, not only for both these two teams, but for Liquid Complexity. 4 squads with only 1 spot in the playoffs in the lower bracket. So you've got to conserve energy. I do want to ask, just coming straight into the day, what are your expectations? Who do you think's running through? Is it the winner of this game? Who is the winner of this game?
Well, I think, you know...
Gonna surprise me with this?
No, I think FaZe should be winning.
Yes.
I don't think anyone's under any illusion there. But I do have a certain fear about about this game, for whatever reason. FaZe, they've shown they can be shaky. They've shown they can be more than that. For Falcons, I think they looked pretty abysmal to open up, but they've started to find some wins. They've started to get a bit of confidence here, and I think the map pool's actually pretty good for them, as well as it could have been, right?
Us too, yeah. They've been picking into this a lot. It's not been statistically great for FaZe. That being said, it's you know, that FaZe effect, right? You still have the expectation that FaZe individually should be able to run over Falcons. Question is, can Snappy cool a T side to stop that from happening? Already some aggression in this round. Drops ran in lower, put some pressure middle. FaZe are playing, oh, bye-bye. FaZe are playing very aggressive in this game in just 2 rounds, so they're confident at least. Would feel like a lacking Lanxus without FaZe, certainly. But it's never going to be easy.
Well, Snappy scouts opened up. Broky's going to be this next one to get tested. You want Brokey putting his best foot forward here, and, well, the rest of FaZe are going to move in to lend a helping hand to their offer. It's quickly done, cleanly done, and you're liking the start that Rain's given us to this series.
Just confident, man. Just FaZe grouping on ramp, saying they're going to be close. Brokey puts a scout away, 3, 2, 1. Let's go 3 players up ramp wide, and you don't even give Falcons a bomb plant, so an oppressive second round for FaZe. Unlucky Robs, but FaZe make it look very easy. And now we have Falcons on 1 more eco. Snappy, he liked that scout. He's going to give it another go. Oh, well, he tried. Jump shot, Brokey. It's pretty accurate. But now against the actual sniper of the team. They keep missing each other. Surprised Sampayas gives up. I'd like to just see him try and utilize that scout on a guaranteed
He hasn't
fight.
given up. He's just picked a different fight, you know? He's switched up the angle here. Rain active over on short.
Ouch.
We'll send the Falcons packing. That scout tagged up, and they're even starting to push down these remaining players now.
It's nice to see this look out of FaZe coming in. Playing like the better team, playing with the confidence. You know, one thing we saw yesterday from Liquid on this map was a very aggressive CT side. Yakinda making a lot of opening moves, pushing lower, throwing nades, sometimes even coming back, sometimes not. And, you know, crunching up a dark as well. JKS going for long pushes in mid-round. We had a very aggressive CT side for Liquid, so FaZe trying to do something similar here in this map. We'll see if that remains when the guns come out. So they shall. AWP for Sampayas with no armor. And of course, Rops immediately clearing B as Falcons go for the long rush. Didn't look pretty for Madden. Staring at the ground. Those flashes are expertly placed by FaZe. And guns retrieved as well. Falcons get blown to pieces.
Absolutely loving the energy that FaZe have displayed early on here, keeping up these kind of aggressive moves. You said playing like the better team, and I think that's really doing justice to how they've approached the CT side so far. I mean, this whole round's been kickstarted up against the rifles by Carrigan and Rain just aggroing you in through the long doors.
Just they keep cycling this lower smoke to imply they're pushing tunnels. They're not even pushing tunnels. They're just keeping Falcons honest. Slow defaulting for Snappy punishes the other captain.
Even the fact that Carrigan's attempting that,
it's a sign of the times.
Speaking more volumes than Snappy getting the kill. And is more aggression over in middle. Now, you don't want this to like be overdone, right? And so I like that Rops has kind of slowed down a little bit here. It's still an aggressive angle. He's still going to have info ahead of time, the opportunity to fast flank up through Cat that Falcons don't know about. But he's not taking any risks in playing here. Not yet, anyhow.
It's not going to get cleared. That much is for sure, right? So Sampais just walks on by. And Snappy with the bomb, 20 seconds. Brokey just trying to buy a few more seconds. Rops does come in on the flank. They have to bail. They have to do it quick.
Sampais has the smoke for CT, but having to throw this on the fly. Only 10 seconds to get past Frozen, and they're not going to make it that far because Rain is 10-0 for crying out loud.
Oh, run!
Sampais narrowly gets away with this AWP. And FaZe keep that flawless scoreline going with Rain storming the charts right now.
I understand why they bailed back. That was the plan for Falcons if they killed a flanking mid player, and it was maybe the best move they felt they had rather than going into a double A setup with a scout. But at the same time, there was not enough time on the clock for that move with Frozen still B-side. And that's without Rain's spam. 10-0 like you said. Sampais saves his AWP, but he had no money, so he couldn't even reinvest in armor. So back-to-back glass cannons. And Falcons put money behind it, hoping that this AWP is the way in. It's not an objectively bad play, it's just gonna make their future buys a little weaker, a little later. But this is the hand they're dealt, they've still got to play it. Sampais looking for the pick, and it's great. Now FaZe go from this hyper-aggressive to just tucked in, giving away nothing. And why is that? They know that all Falcons really have in this round is that AWP. Sure, Magisk has bought a Galil, but for the most part, it's a round where Falcons, their call is, Sampais, please get us a 5-on-4. And given that FaZe haven't, Falcons have to pop.
Yeah, they run right in a Frozen, and Carrigan's naded the smoke open over its spawn, so this mid-play gets churned up, sandwiched between the B doors. This bottom mid orb. Sampais, 1v4.
They never even peaked until the end of the round, and he just gets churned up. Double orb taken for FaZe as well. Can't blame them with the deathmatch they're having.
Dude, Rain just still hasn't died.
Yeah.
Also, he's gone for the historic angle, hasn't he? With the pin he's got applied in game. Hugo, you'll like this.
What pin does he have?
He is the quarterfinalist at ESL 1 Cologne 2015 pin on. Sure, he's got the major trophy one that he could put on from their Antwerp run. But he's paying homage to the event we see him attending.
Respect to the event we're at. But quarterfinals, I feel like he wants more than that.
Yeah, it was 9 years ago.
Wow, don't say that.
He's just trying to show us how long he's been around and how much he's accustomed to playing at events like this.
Yeah, he's done it all, hasn't he?
Including having an 11-0 start on Dust 2. Hello, Rain is going God mode.
All right, Falcons, 4 buy round now, no AWP this time. Gonna wait for the long util, and it's actually a week-long setup for FaZe because they boosted Brokey down lower. He got flash and he stayed on the angle. Looking to stay oppressive and jump back up for another attempt, but Dupree, here's that drop-off, should know what to expect. Missed shot for Brokey. But Robs' orb is ever-present. CS2 bounces that smoke back.
Ops has dropped a smoke in CT to play around.
That does not make sense. Oh dear, Brokey caught by the molly. That was a well-timed util combo for Falcons. A little distracted. And Sampires gets a crucial entry kill. Is that orb even retrievable though? It doesn't look like they went for it. As they wait for a reaction on the flank, it's actually Rain, yet to die, pushing forward.
I mean, Falcons are committed to this A split, and that's going to leave them walking into the full FaZe stack. Rain up first, can't get anything done. It's Rops and Carrigan trying to get on the board now, but they've snuck through this smoke. They're past Carrigan on the long side. He's able to play through it. Now it's Carrigan versus Snappy, and the captain for FaZe keeps it flawless. 1v2, he lets Madden slip on by, and for a moment you think he sold Rops out. You think he might have dropped the ball there, but Carrigan handles it with composure.
How the hell does he win the round? He's so blind from that flash out long. He's just stuck inside of the smoke. Madden knows it the whole time, but tries to kill his rotations first, and he lives to regret it. It's a good play for Madden, but Carrigan's too quick and closes that 1v2 with ease. Brokey finally gets his fight he's been waiting all game for, and so the captain falls for Falcons this time at the start of the round. Carrigan, I mean, an org user, the most prolific org user, I would say, of all time. And we've seen him do it on Train. We saw him do it on Nuke. But Dust 2, that's a classic range map. Carrigan looking for that pick on long yet again, but he's caught by Madden inside of the fade. Are they ready for Rain?
Oh, they're not!
Oh,
that was really well turned on for Sampires.
Yeah.
But you like to think that Rain's just done enough there, delivering a swift double to FaZe Clan, and only Madden left standing. They swing him, they fight him.
Oh, wait.
Madden chance at the tap, but Frozen runs him down.
FaZe just won't stop peeking, and that's what's exciting about the CT side right now. If they know where you are, they will fight you. And this is what we said coming in. FaZe know they're the better team. They know they're the more informed individuals. Say what you want about FaZe having troubles recently. Player to player, individually more proven, more capable than the majority of Falcons. So.
The other thing that's kind of sick, though, is like for Falcons, you have these veteran players, right? Folks like your Magisks, your Duprees, your Snappies. Right now, though, it's not like it's the younger blood for FaZe stepping up. It's the two old boys that have had a lot of the impact here for FaZe. Rain 13-2, multi-kills in most of these rounds. Carrigan with a key 1v2.
What can you do?
Keep the scoreline flawless.
That's a beautiful play for Robs. He plays passive to avoid the flash, then Dupree even mollies him, and he swings ahead of it and gets the pick. Dupree feels like he did everything right in that round, and he still gets orbed. And it's kind of like Falcons v FaZe right now is the old, is it Mike Tyson quote? You know, everyone's got a plan until they get hit in the face. Well, FaZe delivering a swift uppercut in this round with those AWPs. Sampires. Let's see if Brokey can dodge this. He just goes ahead of it. Full blind, hits the leg shot. Sampires doesn't know how effective his flash was. And Rops creeping in will finish the job. Right now it's just AWPs on AWPs. FaZe putting on a montage.
I mean, we didn't see it, but God, that sounded good from Rain.
Little 2-bullet burst.
All eyes on Magisk as he makes his way up through short. Up on the line, missed shot for Brokey, so he's got himself a little bit of room, but no time. 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Real estate is all this guy possesses. He's got to win fight after fight here if he wants to be in with a chance. First one will connect, but it's wasted precious time. Yeah. And Brokey was ready to go on the jump up that entire round.
Just crouched there waiting for his moment to strike.
Oh, God, this is so reassuring. Yeah. I think I actually even felt any sort of nerves for FaZe Clan. This
you were worried.
FaZe Clan, man. Who did I think I was for a moment?
You said the other day, Falcons need to, against Miles, Falcons need to remember who they are. We know what, FaZe have done it instead. Yeah. Absolutely flat.
And hey, I'm happy about that. I like that FaZe are out there remembering what this team's accomplished, how they started CS2 and trying to get back there.
Remember Antwerp? Remember Cologne 22?
You cool?
Having a stroke, but yeah.
Falcons, back to the drawing board. Zonic had some time there to weigh in.
I feel like words of encouragement aren't going to cut it at this point, are they? And not to say that strategy is the answer either. Falcons,
I mean,
we've got to stop this tirade of FaZe.
We touched upon it coming in. Snappy's like the top-rated guy, and you said, well, is that a good thing? And I just say, well, probably not, you know? Yeah. And I think that's really true. Like, there's no one's getting you openers, no one's getting trades. You have Dupree and Magis with 1 kill between them, and even then I feel like I'm doing Magis a bit of a disservice there by sharing his kill with Dupree. Brokey over at long. They're going to test him. Missed shot on that orb. Dupree's on the board. And Snappy's right there alongside him. Finally an opener for the Falcons that goes untraded, and a 5-on-3.
Yeah. They've got to win this now. There's kind of no other way to put it at 8-0. Got that long cross coming in. Robs, that smoke shouldn't stop them. They should absolutely walk through it with the cover from the orb. Robs re-peaks. Perfect read. He's been mollied. It's up to the AK. Smoked off on the short side. Now got to wait for Rain, who's just going to go ham. Hog wild. Flex through the smoke. He blinds himself. Frozen burns out a man on the site, and he's trying to climb back up as well. Rain trying to finish what he started. 1 more kill before Frozen resets around the world and back again. 1v2. Falcons think he's short. Can he use that element of surprise? Both have crossed into the site, and Magis will finish it. Finally, Falcons find a round.
Out of all the ways Magis could have played that 2v1, he took the wildest route to do it.
I think that's what you need to do.
Swinging at CT.
This is a game where you kind of have to now play by the pace and the rules that FaZe have dictated. Fire with fire, Harry. Put the extinguishers away. Let's burn this bitch to the ground.
Indeed.
Double AWP on the T side.
Well, fair enough. Snappy wants to try and get a couple of AWP kills on the board. Robs tested inside of B. They've got him boxed in here. Robs, the util is wrecking him, and some Pius is able to run him down.
It's a great stall for Dupree to not overcommit until his team actually out-tunnels.
Half could end up getting recovered in some ways for Falcons, considering the 8-0 start. The save call has to come through for FaZe here. They're out of money. And so Falcons shooting for 4 here on this first half. And that's now back-to-back rounds they've been successful in, breaking down this B site on the back of an instant rush in through the tunnels. They're not doing anything mind-blowing tactically.
No.
To suddenly be putting up rounds like this where you are just meeting FaZe's confidence and bravado with some of your own on these faster up-tempo rounds has done a lot to kind of change the nature of this first half a bit. We're going to have to see if they can continue the streak, but if they can get 4 rounds out of this T side after all, at least gives them a fighting chance here on Dust 2.
Just especially with how it started, it did not feel like that was going to be attainable.
I was worried for a moment we were going to have just a flawless game from FaZe, which would have been sick, but also you hope for a bit more competition this late in the competition.
Yeah, come this far to go nowhere else. But no, we have that opportunity for the Falcons to make this game interesting now. Let's see if they can do right by it. FaZe actually eco, they're playing for next. They've still got these safe guns, give them a go. Who will play first? Cat push coming in, they're gonna crunch middle. Good read for Snappy. He's had an idea of what they're doing. Falcon's gonna pop this B site again, very limited util, so Carrigan just comes swinging and winning. He re-peeks on a reload, and that loses 1 more rifle. Frozen Armorless picks it up. But I think Falcons are in a very good position right now. They've got their back covered. They're facing forward 2v2. I feel like Rain has shot his A4, but Falcons don't seem aware that both players are mid at the moment. Boost up is nice, pixel gap, but nothing to be seen over the plat. And even spam connects. I mean, don't need to save, but you know you can't win the round phase, so Falcons are aware as well. They'll come in for the kill. And Rain just going to try and make that buy a little bit better. Or maybe find the orb. Nope. Falcons onto a 3rd. There it is.
Yeah, they are successfully kind of breaking back through right at the close. If you're FaZe, you don't want to feel like you let them back in. And so I think this final round of the half actually represents something pretty significant here. For FaZe, if they're able to 9-3 this, feel like they They course-corrected right at the end, and they didn't let Falcons streak together 4.
Yeah,
They're even calling in the timeout now to try and
That's nice.
keep their control over this first half.
Yeah.
I can understand as well why, for Snappy, he started bringing out the AWP. Sampaius hasn't found a whole lot of success with it. In the few rounds you've seen him adorn it, he's had 1 kill on the AWP so far. So that means Magisk and Snappy have both had as many AWP kills as Sampaius. And so just wanting to have that presence a little bit earlier on, wanting to kind of have that ability to shut down some of these very active stances in mid, it lets you free up Sampaius a little bit to go with the rest of the pack, and Snappy's able to hold these long angles. And when you think about how FaZe have been playing, how they've been pushing and prodding, I think it made a lot of sense. But now the money's run out, at least to kind of go for the... Look at... Oh, no, it hasn't. Snappy is 7,500. I misread that. So yeah, he's just decided to give that up. But that's all well and good. Out towards long. Falcons taking a bit of space, and Madden's going to spam Carrigan out. Rain can't withstand this. Falcons, another up-tempo round here.
Yeah, these have been the best ones. They've done 2 B pops, 2 long pops, and they're on for their 4th round win off the back of it. 4v3 here. Brokey in the site. And Robs and Frozen close by, looking to commit to this A hold. Can Magisk fake, or will he just walk into B for info? Because he has no utility right now. So the option to go back to spawn to B is a call for Falcons, but it's just a lot of time that FaZe can use to regain information. This is nice though. Leave the bomb back through spawn, leave the AWP in the pit, throw that fake on A. I think you need more numbers on B just to be insured, but right now, as we can see, Falcons can just strut into that B bomb site with no issue. Frozen's getting curious. Falcons are really stalling this out. It's the 2nd exec on long to really sell that fake. As Snappy comes even in with a short smoke as well. That will sell it. That absolutely should at least. Falcons need to go soon as Snappy crosses in.
Snappy's selling this very, very well. He has kept all of FaZe here. All the util he can muster.
I love how much
3
time
players
he's
for
buying.
FaZe just bogged down over on A.
Perfect for Snappy.
On plant coming in, that means FaZe is going to get the realization that it is this B play. Do the short players want to try and get out of there? Sampaius still over at long. He's unaccounted for. Backstabbing on Brokey. And the follow-up. Frozen iced out. And that leaves it all on Rops. 1v3, goes back looking for this AWP, but this is wasting even more time. And the sun shines for Sampaius there as he gives Falcons something to look forward to going into this second half. Can the Mind Virus, how do Falcons respond to this? They managed to chain together 4 right down the tail end of that half. That's thanks to some up-tempo calls from Snappy and co, and a lovely fake in that final round.
Oh, that's a good open.
Sampaius might be back.
Let's see this kill. No.
Oh, hang on, come on.
He's gone again. Headshot back to spawn. Oh, we got the full names today.
Well, you did. Madden, can he withstand this? It's just Madden, just one guy out on an island, tapping away. Ooh. Madden makes it look easy. Now he's gonna call for his friends, or teammates at least. They make their way over.
My team's bigger than your team.
That much is true. Brokey's getting run at. The Falcons, they swarm.
Yeah, you're losing it there. Bit of a migration to the A site. Not so much the insects as Falcons come through with 5 rounds. Okay, man, this is a game now. 4 rounds in a row at the end of the T side after Falcons realize that just running at FaZe might be the best way to do it. And, well, FaZe run back at them, but Falcons find the pistol round. So let's see what we've got here as they try and amass a comeback on a map that statistically has been all right for the Falcons. It's been pretty good as far as we're concerned. As far as a map goes for this team, picking into it a lot. Wins over Astralis, VP, Big, even the Mongols. Whereas FaZe have had certainly trouble against, you know, the best teams in the world on this map, so...
I think if you're FaZe, there will very quickly, as this game closes up, be an inescapable feeling that you have let Falcons back in.
Yeah.
In a game that was entirely under your control. And there's no avoiding that feeling unless you're able to get away with something in a round like this, in this sort of force buy. Because if not, if you fall down here, suddenly Falcons are 1 round away from you. And then it goes from a game you were flawless, 8-0 up in, to one where there's 1 round between you both.
It's not ideal, is it?
It changes the way it's feeling to FaZe Clan. So for now, they can still, play with that bravado, play with that confidence. They lean over towards middle. They're going to try and get in towards this B site.
Oh.
Ajiskin Dupree.
Ouch.
Hostily duo of old. Looking to keep FaZe out. And with the backstab on the cards from Snappy, it's a clean round put forward from the Falcons.
That was just really nicely done. They hard commit to middle. They let FaZe into upper tunnels while they have util down. And the spam from CT is very effective as well. Snappy's pushing up on long. Just a nice crunch for Falcons. And their teeth remain intact. So 1 round game, presuming nothing happens here with the Deagles. That's a fairly safe presumption. Oh dear, yeah, double think. Nothing to worry about though. Are you coming back to that feeling you had in round 1?
Of the fear?
The fear? The fear is gripping.
The fear is back.
The fear is gripping you, Harry. Will you succumb to the fear?
It's not me who is going to be succumbing to it. It might be FaZe with how tight this game's gotten all of a sudden. Like, I know we were praising them for the 8-0 start, but Falcons are about to do it right back. This is 7 rounds continuously put forward from the Falcons. And so now we get the return to rifles for FaZe Clan. This is where, if they want to put this game to bed, if they want to go back to their winning ways, they're going to have to now break through the Falcons' money with those 3 rounds coming down the stretch that were very clean for Falcons.
We've all been in this position before. You're just saying, all right, guys, let's focus up now. Let's not throw this. We were having fun. We're in a great position. Let's finish what we started. But Falcons, they got some wind in their sails.
Been in this position before in terms of scoreline, sure, but not many of us has been in the elimination game for Cologne, and that adds a whole different element to this.
A lot of pressure on, well, FaZe.
Especially for a FaZe Clan that you've seen slip from that form they showcased throughout the entire start of CS2.
Yeah, there's no doubt that FaZe v potentially Liquid rematch, which people are expecting today, is a very close, very, very difficult game, but we all kind of expected FaZe to win today. So, on this one. So let's see if Falcons can change the script. Nade in middle, Carrigan trying to pick Dupree. He's got some support, but FaZe going very slow and steady in this round. 50 seconds. Snappy can activate long at any point if FaZe go for a mid to B play. It looks like they're interested. Ollie back off the catwalk. There's no fakery here. And they have got a great setup, FaZe. There's only 1 player at this B bomb site. Madden has to commit to the smoke to give his teammate a fighting chance and fight he shout for 2. It's all a fake. They're going into the stack, and Snappy's starting to activate on the flank.
Oh, but he doesn't elect to head up through middle. That will change his mind with Brokey finding a kill in towards the A site. Some Pius holds the line. Keeps them from moving in and continues just trying to challenge on this scout. He wants them worried. He wants to buy time for Snappy to get set up. Rops won't even get to play into this. So the round is won from the Falcons. Rops locked out. Nothing to do here. Nothing to see.
I feel like FaZe just misread that situation. After Madden gets 2 kills, that scares them away from going to mid to B because it's taken too long, and potentially they're scared of 2 more players in that B bomb site. So trying to speed it up towards A. Running into that scout, even with 1 clean entry from Brokey, Sampires buys a lot of time. And FaZe just gets stuck in limbo. Would have loved to just see Rops commit with his team there. He's trying to go on a big flank, but it's so reliant on his squad actually getting the entries, and they never do. So that's a very ugly round to lose for FaZe. Where you wonder if Rops is coming up cat with Frozen, do they just win it from firepower alone? We've seen a lot of rounds like that on the T side for FaZe in tournaments gone by, where Rops feels like he's not actually playing into the round. So many times on like Mirage, where he's just holding Palace and Ramp from T-Spawn, and his team are getting massacred in middle. Questions for FaZe. Carrigan trying to give us the answers. Opening kill. And Rain. I trust in Rain. 2 KD right now. Trying to pick this AWP on Car, perhaps.
Oh, they're actually going to change it up and go mid to B. Fast change of plans here, but good util from the Falcons. Slow down this mid play into Magisk, where he only is able to put up one, but that now leaves Dupree, the lone gunman, trying to hold down this B site, and they line up for Dupree. Reposition, tucks himself back in, steals himself away. He's still got more fight left in him, but Brokey gets rid of it. Plant down for Brokey, gonna need a clutch here to keep FaZe in the lead. At this point, it's not about regaining that glory, it's just about maintaining this lead, and Madden goes early, but Brokey is low, he's wounded, and he's up against the Sampaius that has recovered from that slow start. Moving on in, Sampaius, one bullet would end this, but it's Brokey! Standing and delivering for FaZe Clan when they needed it most. He's broken the 8-round streak of Falcons with that 1v3 right there.
What an unbelievable post-spawn position. He's 3 health. He knows he has to make concessions, and Brokey just stands in the middle of the open. Ice cold clutch from Brokey. Why did Madden run? He got flashed in, maybe feeling Brokey was blind off of it. Nothing of the sort. And Madden gives away his early flank timing to give Brokey that clutch.
It took a monumental amount of individual effort just there from Brokey to keep the lead for FaZe Clan. Now we see if that is a turning point, if that is a tipping point in this game. Will that reignite the FaZe Clan T side? It feels like it might, as Frozen's opened, Magisk can't withstand. And so it's Frozen's time in the sun now. Melts down 2 on the entry as Carrigan comes in with the backstab. Falcons, 8 straight, now losing 2 in a row, starts to call their money into question. And so FaZe reaching double digits, maybe regaining some composure here late in the second half.
It's almost like the realization Falcons had at that 8-0 down deficit as well, right? Just keep it a little more simple. Let's go for these pop plays. Let's run out through B with some good util and a double entry from Frozen. The round gets done off the back of it. Love to see that from FaZe. Reactivated late in this game after a huge comeback from Falcons, it has to be said. 10-8. And Falcons money under duress right now. Gonna have to eco around this saved AWP and M4. Final time I used for Falcons. Good time to use it. But no question the FaZe are puffing their chest up after those explosive rounds. Great to see Brokey find his form again. Not been a necessity in this game just yet, but that 1v3 has absolutely changed the tune of this match.
Streaks on streaks. And in this game of crazy eights, gambles might have to be made. From the Falcons, Sampaius and Snappy, the 2 hero guns. Right now split between both bomb sites. It's that AWP that finds itself over towards B, hoping for a chance at the opener, but FaZe are slow on this side of the map. The entire nature of this round is about figuring out where these guns are, where they can press these advantages. Snappy might be the first in the danger zone here. There's peaks starting to happen now all across the map for FaZe. They're slowly moving into more vulnerable positions. This fight between Carrigan and Snappy. And Carrigan's toying with him, teed up. Perfect flashbang. And that's now one of these guns removed. They're going to stay away from B. They've got that kill onto the M4 up on short, and you know that everyone else is lacking. You still have presence outside of the B site. FaZe, on a whim, can change their mind here.
Madden's fighting the urge to push any further, but he needs contact elsewhere on the map before he does so. And that smoke might be the trigger to make him go. So another entry for FaZe is gifted into their hands. And the AWP, if anything, that's a warning system that FaZe are happy to receive. They can run amok into this MTA site, knowing they're at least avoiding the biggest ticket that Falcons have in this round. Yeah,
Rops dies there, but his death is not in vain. That was the bit of info that FaZe was searching for the entire round. They wanted to know where that AWP was. So it's an easy decision to get away from it. Back-to-back 8-round streaks with FaZe breaking through on the back of Brokey's 1v3 clutch in a game that thus far been dominated by the old boys of FaZe Clan, Rain and Carrigan being the ones to really storm the board in that initial 8-round streak. It's reassuring that it's Brokey to bring them back into the fold, and now they're looking to do good on that clutch.
Oh, through the car as well. And yeah, Frozen, not just this kill, but he comes up with that double entry on the B hit the round after Brokey gets that AWP, gets that 1v3 rather. So from old to new, FaZe put on a show here on the T side. 3 rounds straight, and Falcons, they did eco that, keep in mind. It was just safe guns. Tried to make it a little bit interesting, but a good pop flash play from Carrigan called out middle. And now FaZe have to beat the biggest buy yet. Zonic trying to inspire some confidence here. This is the round for Falcons. The game relies on it.
Yeah, this is what they put all their stock into.
No kids, they have the money for it. Never a fan.
Let's see if that comes back to be the ruin of Falcons here. Made on the smoke in middle, but Madden plays ahead of it. Once again, Rops lurking outside of B, just keeping some pressure on with lurk, smoke, and spam. That's at least going to keep 2 players over towards this B site. Dupree kind of pivoting between middle and assisting Magisk on the B hold, but the rest of FaZe stack up in these long doors. Snappy, we've touched upon his performance for the Falcons here across the event. He's been stellar. He's been the standout guy, and he can't quite deal with Brokey, sure. But he's done what he had to in the round. A quick double from the captain of the Falcons. Leaves it all on Brokey and Rops. In a 2v4 where they don't have the info, they don't have the whereabouts of these CTs.
But they do have the money, so there is definitely temptation for FaZe to throw their hat in the ring and attempt a little battle on the B site. Falcons play it smart. They tuck in 2B, making sure they can't lose this hard to retake site. Not with it, at least getting 1 kill for their name, and it doesn't matter anyway, because FaZe is just saving this one. Trying to guarantee maximum buys in the future, and knowing this 2v4 is a very difficult round with no position. So, Falcons get in. Snappy, he's had another huge impact round for the Falcons. You've talked him up, Harry. He's delivered in a couple of these moments. Falcons only sit a couple rounds behind FaZe.
Oh, I mean, Snappy didn't realize it in the moment because he looked frustrated that he didn't get the third, but that double kill was enough to win them the round.
Never a guarantee where FaZe still have players standing. Some pious blind has picked the top performer of FaZe in middle.
I mean, Sampaio had 1 AWP kill in the first half. He was borderline a non-factor. I mean, actually, I say he got a couple down the stretch, like right at the end. But for the longest time, one AWP kill found from the guy. And since he got that multi-kill where they kind of played right into him over towards A, he's been an altogether different beast. He spoke about how he's had issues with his confidence. But this is what it's like when Pius gets rolling, gets going. An opener found makes this a tricky round for FaZe Clan, and they've never been given a chance to equalize that out. Instead, they are being given room across the map. So they're taking long, they're taking short, looking for this A split. Rops facing off against Snappy. The multi-kill he achieved here in that last round was enough to take it for Falcons. This time he's only going to have one presented. The bulk of the hit coming in towards short. 3 players strong as Carrigan dives down into the spawn. Now this has to be communicated, but Madden gets hung out to dry. Snappy still determined to win this fight on the long side. Are they ready for Dupree? Frozen checks it. A 3v3 post-plant. FaZe have battled their way back into this round. Now they've got to take it over the line. They've got to go one step further. Magisk moving up through the spawn. Some noise made. They know about this CT player. He's not being discreet about it. Flash to try and tee up Madden for the cross, but it's Brokey ringing out with a kill. Pius on for the backstab out through short, but both players are tuned on the angle. Missed shot. Time running out. Pius, the pressure might be getting to him here. He can't play into this one. FaZe knew where he is. They don't let him move, and even as Pius finds kills on the exit, it's a dying battle here for the Falcons as FaZe respond 4v5 when that one begins, and they manage to break through.
Yeah, map point now for FaZe. What a perfect clear on Dupree. That is the feeling like the round-winning kill before it's even over to make it a 3v3. It gives FaZe the bomb plant. It gives them position for the AWP, and line Brokey up in a post plant. He won't let you down, as we've already learned this game. Poor Snappy, he even wins his lurk fight on long, but it's not enough to tempt Falcons back into a round. And now they got to do 3 straight as FaZe go back to all reliable on this B site. If they end B again, this is going to be a very weak hold with just one player here. But Falcons look like they want to take the fight in middle. Live and die by the cat control. A bait and switch setup with Madden tucked in. He could have lived in that corner, but he doesn't want to risk it as he hears the molly come down. They still have Pius in position. Madden drops it very loud. Perhaps hoping to bait someone into this AWP. Pius doesn't fire on the first flash. He doesn't fall for it. They send them one out instead. Rain again, 4v5ing for FaZe as Carrigan tries to hunt down the mid-man, but they're getting turned into mulch here. Dupree goes a step too far. 3-on-3. Rops is trying to make the hero play to close this map right now.
Out through the B lurk smoke so often. This has been a red herring. This has been misdirection. Well, the Falcons pluck said red herring out of the round as Rops takes a lot of space. Util out, Magisk right on him, able to pick that up. And as Brokey arrives late, Frozen still far away, far removed. They gotta get past Magisk sooner rather than later. Just wasting time is Magisk, but he can't find his bearings. And so Brokey breaks him down. Frozen and Brokey left up in this post plant, and now just that AWP player sniped out of the round by Snappy. Falcons get double digits secured, a team ace, a team effort to get them there.
I feel so bad for Robs. He just tries to go for that heroic B-walk. He gets a beautiful timing. He gets into the site, but he goes a step too far. And to be honest, Brokey's Molotov lets him down. It doesn't burn out Magisk, who's playing the same position in almost every round on this B site. FaZe know what to expect. They know what angle to clear, but the molly does nothing. And Robs just sneaks accidentally into the angle. So Magisk, great hold considering he's alone on this B site in so many rounds. He's rarely getting more than one kill, but he's buying so much time. And Falcons are able to flood in to find their first of 3 rounds required to take us to OT.
Knowing that you put a stop to Brokey in another clutch attempt as well, not only did you stop him, you never even let it get going. You never even let it get interesting. You played so fast with so much time being bought by Magisk over towards B. You were able to stop that before it became a problem and not repeat mistakes of old. Not give Brokey a chance at another clutch.
I mean, you got Glocks out, FaZe.
For FaZe Clan now, I think we've hit a point where it was Carrigan and Rain to get them and deliver that 8-0, that initial strong start. But now we have to look down the rest of the roster. You want Brokey, Frozen, and Rops to be the ones to close this game out for you. More and more Falcons players have come alive as time's gone on. Some Pyres scoped up in middle. They blow that smoke open for him. FaZe, they're lucky to still be alive here.
Yeah.
Gonna get deep down the catwalk as a result. Puts them right in the firing line of Snappy. Oh, this could be awkward timing on the util, Paul. Might have read this one wrong. It's just the one and done from Snappy.
Yeah, it seems like a complete misunderstanding because FaZe tucked behind that lamppost at top middle, so some Pyres never saw them all get up catwalk. FaZe have a shot, are winning a near full eco to close this game right now, but that team flash stalls Frozen's repeak, allows Madden's reposition. A 2v2. Bomb not for long, not really, not truly. The flank being split up short and long, and Magisk with a powerful position to stop this eco round from getting out of control.
Frozen dead, Rops back of the site, having to conceal himself, hide away from Long, but they're closing the gap and they split on him together.
Oh,
those are the rounds where it's very hard to stop FaZe, where they find the cheeky timing out through middle. They're playing like they've got nothing to lose because it's just the pistols. That was a Hail Mary of a round that Falcons were very much on the receiving end of, but they were able to pick it back up.
Dude, if FaZe grab a gun in that post, if they know where Falcons are coming from, they can drop CT, take a weapon, take an AWP or an AK. Instead, they have no information, so Magisk's position is the round winner. But man, Falcons just are lucky that FaZe are stuck on Tech 9s in that 2v2.
FaZe Clan in a game they were leading 8-0. This is their last chance to stop overtime. Back-to-back 8-round streaks from both teams, and now a bloody brawl all the way to the finish line. Out towards Long, FaZe play fast, but they're not ready for Magisk. Playing in tandem with Snappy over at the long side. Frozen gets that trade. And Snappy doesn't want to run the risk of going down early. Some Pious plays through lower. And once more, Rain is removed before he's able to even get to play. Snappy answers the call from Carr. 2 players left standing for FaZe Clan. As things heat up for Snappy, he's still knocking players out of the round. And Brokey, he was the one who reignited FaZe Clan in that 1v3. Well, now he's got to go one step further. 1v4 tasked. The clutch man for FaZe Clan. Falcons have him boxed in. There should be no way for Brokey here. 2 players in the site, AWP facing from short, backstab for Dupree. Falcons have Brokey in a box. Can he break the mold? Through the smoke, leg spotted at the AWP on short. Brokey's gathering info. 20 seconds left. Time is of the essence. And time might be the thing that decides this. It's forcing him to make a move, forcing him to play into this site. And Snappy's never played his hand. There's the backstab from Dupree. And so time and time again, they shut down Brokey in clutches. Only this time, it gets them into OT.
That's a genius call for Falcons. They just change absolutely everything that FaZe can expect in this whole half of CT side. Dust 2, they push insta-double lower. They have a player holding upper tunnels, allowing some Pious to AWP on the most awkward angle you've ever seen. And they have Magisk tucked in on Long. He's been the B anchor all game. They just change everything and catch FaZe off completely by surprise. It's a new game now. It's overtime between Falcons and FaZe. And this T-side doesn't know what to expect. They've seen it all. Same setup. Sun Pious AWPing, and he will find another 5v4.
Oh, key trade for Rain down in lower, but they weren't ready for Dupree. Rain's just happy he's got to play around, one that hasn't ended immediately at the first turn of the mid-control. Madden aggressing out through short. Oh, spotted but not dealt with. It's Carrigan in the firing line.
Peace.
So they managed to get out, equalizing this over in middle. 2v2 secured. Madden re-aggressing. And Frozen with a gnarly flick back has opened up the route to the A play.
They should know that Magis is B. The only doubt is because of this double tunnel setup. They saw Dupree and Sampaius in position, but now they figured it out. Magic's on a big flank. No kit at the moment. Madden did drop one in his wake. So Magis has time on his side, but a smoke to break through. He's just going to walk it. Flash, not primed. And FaZe making no noise. They could be anywhere right now. That fear for Magisk is making him slow down. Hold this smoke. There's 20 seconds off the bomb. I mean, you're shooting yourself in the foot here. There's surely no time to win this round with Frozen tucked in. There's a molly for the site. But Magis will fall in the first fight, so FaZe come through despite being 4v5 and take that first round of overtime.
I mean, you see why, as that went down the stretch, these early kills on Terrain were mattering so much for Falcons. In the one round where they don't find him early, he goes on to pick up 3. Rain is still very much bringing that form from the first half. Just the AWPs have been getting the better of him over in middle. So much like he did to open the series, Rain has kept them in this.
This is an exciting game. I'd love to see FaZe go for a B pop here. They're only 3 strong, maybe relying on the AWP pick. We'll see if Magisk, who's been pretty dependable on this site, will give anything away. But the molly into the smoke, into vision, obscured for FaZe, so they go back to their default. No doubt if Magisk does give them a kill there, that FaZe are ready to explode, but they've got a backup plan. Dupree and Sampaius, they have just been tied together in this CT side, making plays and aggressive moves in middle. Dupree tucks in anticipation of a flash, knowing Sampaius has his back and he hits that top flick. Are they ready for Dupree?
They're not going to play through middle. They completely up and leave it, all just grouping back in the tunnels. And that might actually work to FaZe's benefit here, as the B bomb site only occupied by Magisk. Dupree starting to rotate over. Madden doing much the same. Very, very quickly, Falcons are going to have bodies over here, but Dupree and Magisk can't hold the line. That AWP of Brokey stands and delivers.
That's a massive double kill for Brokey, considering Magisk plays as long as he can. Yet again, just got his stopwatch out as the molly ticks. It's still not enough. Lots of damage done by the util of Falcons, but FaZe break through with a beautiful double entry for Brokey. Just holds and lets them swing into his crosshair. And these guns, these saves, far from guaranteed either, but it feels like Falcons have taken enough space, avoided Frozen, who was holding long. And they will get away with this AWP.
I mean, this is exactly what FaZe Clan needed, because for the longest time there, Sampaius was starting to match the top man for FaZe Clan, right? He was starting to go blow for blow with Rain over in middle, shutting him down and out of rounds. But ever since that clutch, Brokey's been reignited. So now you have this even split on 44 kills between Brokey and Rain. And it's this double star power that's helping FaZe now that we've got into extra time, now that we've hit OT. Brokey instrumental in that round, no doubt about it.
Just with so much entry power for FaZe, Brokey's so good in those situations where he's in the pack on a site hit. Look at just how he maneuvers. Quick flick back to Magisk's head, saves his entire team from getting sprayed down, and then just pre-scopes window, knowing his team can take the space and he can deal with any Falcons players who want to dip in. And they kind of have to, because they're already down by players. If Falcons sit back and play retake, it's just too risky, it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, you're also thinking you have somewhat of the element of surprise in the third player swinging through windows so quickly. It's a great awareness from FaZe on the other side to be ready to deal with that. Timeout called in for Falcons off the top of this round. They at least need something on this CT side.
Yeah. Considering how regulation started as well. CT streaks for FaZe, responded to by Falcons. A very different game now. Brokey eats nade molly on long. 2 smokes wasted on long for Falcons at the same time. Bit of a miscommunication.
And really not the time for it.
No.
Snappy and Magisk both sacrificing their util over at long. Sampire scopes up over in middle, but worried he's already missed the timing and that they're already up the catwalk. He starts to slip away. Snappy gets bested on the boost outside of long.
What a read.
That extra smoke would have been really appreciated there from Snappy as he tries to anchor down the long side. And so a grave mistake, a small error with big consequences. Nets FaZe this opener for a flawless T-half. Magis tries to make amends, tries to make up for it. And with Brokey low on health, he can't commit out through the long doors. It's a lengthy reposition to bring him back up and through the short side. Sampire strikes out one. Robs has been found. Magis wrestles with Rain, but can't get out ahead of him. And as Madden jumps up, it's to his demise, all leaving this on Dupree. Shooting for anything at the end of this half, but nothing found, nothing gained. A big hat trick from Carrigan and openers from Rain. Net FaZe, a flawless T-side.
Yeah, Carrigan covering 2 box climbing players there and trading out Robs with his back turn. So influential kills coming out from the Danish in-game leader of FaZe. And a flawless half that puts Falcons in our crosshairs on their map pick. Can they right their ship on a T side that took them 8 rounds to even get activated? Only time will tell.
I mean, when they broke through, it was with the pace change of playing faster, but you're going to feel really hesitant to do that now after grinding this game all the way into OT.
Yeah.
With only 1 chance as well. Any misstep, any mow down, and that's it. Your time on Dust 2 is over.
Yeah, you want to be able to mid-round. You want to be able to let your players go for slow picks and let Sampire work his AWP, because you want to rush long and hope FaZe don't have a flash setup ready and a multiple players stack. You want to risk it all on just popping into B. It just feels like wasted potential, so Falcons will go slow. Is that to their betterment or detriment? Rain and Spawn. They've got a mid to B smoke coming in, but he has a nade. And with 2 players in the B bomb side, we saw FaZe win these rounds time and time again in regulation. Even Brokey could pop a fight in middle once Rain calls his HE. Frozen getting spotted. There's the grenade going out. Clean entry, but Dupree flicks around and takes the 2nd kill. That was not what you bargained for. Carrigan runs past Madden, no clue that he's a dead man walking, and Rops falls without anything to say. It's another Dane with another 3K, but this time for Falcons.
Brokey drops down into middle.
Give it a go.
Surely not. Surely you're not attempting this. 1v5 as it begins. Smoked off at B. 2 players hunting him. Right now, in front of this guy, there's only 2. Behind him lurks the remainder of the Falcons. But yeah, Brokey, that 1 shot. Sure, it was pretty. Made him move towards the bomb site, but a dead man now as he walks out middle. Surely manages to get past Magisk.
Yeah. Harry,
they're leaving the site.
At the site.
Trying to hunt Brokey down. Free dead! Brokey with a blinder! Open routing towards B, but the molly in tunnels slows his roll, and so Brokey's gonna run for the hills.
Deep breath, everyone.
Oh my God, for a moment you were getting worried.
Everyone exiting. I didn't like to see that, but Falcons keep a Molotov. Those were some
that shot. And on to Dupree, no less. The guy who opened the round with 3 huge kills. There's no hunting Brokey. He gets out with the AWP, but it's Falcons to take the first on their T side in overtime on the back of a beautiful 3K from Dupree.
Yeah, that would have been a 1v5 for the ages, but not one that even Falcons can afford to lose. What a turnaround for Dupree. Despicable shot.
After he hit that shot, he was going for it, and they're lucky they had the Molotov to completely cool that off.
Don't want to fight that guy, not in that form. Okay, here we go, back in. Rob's actually made it lower, they didn't see him. Snappy ran up mid, he threw an HE, which actually made them both lose vision, but Robs knew exactly what Snappy meant from that utility. puts that second AWP to use yet again.
This is a very awkward start to the round for Falcons. A man down so early on a player pushing through lower tunnels that goes untraded. No one was in a position to lend a helping hand there. And so now Snappy, someone who has very much had his moments here on Dust 2, is having to sit back. Does he have the faith in his squad to keep them in this T-side? Gonna be able to call from beyond the grave.
FaZe aren't playing that cocky AO style anymore. They know with a 5-on-4 in overtime on map point, this is their best bet. Fall back to your bomb sites, play standard, tuck in, and burn the clock. Because Falcons only have bits and bobs left to play with 2 smokes. And 1 chance to fight back from this 4v5. It's a mid to B split.
Just like in that first half where FaZe were 8-0 up, you don't want to feel like you let Falcons back in here. You said it a minute ago, this is their best chance to close out this game. Falcons make a play out through middle. This time Madden leads the charge, but can't live up to the hype of Dupree. That flash is awkward. Dupree lobs that over, but it does go unpunished. There's that AWP swinging out from behind default, and Rups will close. FaZe Clan, it takes clutches from Brokey, big performances from Rain, but they eventually get this one over the line. Battled, bruised, and bloodied after going blow for blow with Falcons on Dust 2.